Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we are taking a slightly different path. We're looking at something deeply personal yet universally human, finding our way out of life's absolute darkest moments. It's a topic that really requires a grounded, empathetic approach, and honestly, I am so genuinely glad you're here to explore this framework with me today. We're going to break down exactly how to structuredly navigate our way back to the light.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been pushed so far down a rabbit hole that escaping just felt entirely impossible? It's a deeply validating yet incredibly painful reality that so many of us face. It's that profoundly exhausting feeling, right? Where you gather up all your strength, you try your absolute hardest to climb out, and then something almost inevitably just pulls you right back down into the dark.
Okay, let's dive into this. Today we're unpacking a really beautiful, super practical philosophy from a short but honestly incredibly impactful text titled The Fine Art of Self-Healing. Now, what's so wonderful about this document is that it doesn't just throw empty platitudes at you. It actually gives us a highly structured way to think about recovery and self-care. It grounds us in actionable steps, which, is exactly how we like to learn around here.
The text captures the essence of this struggle perfectly. It says, your belief in yourself crumbles, and then every possibility seems only a glimmer. Just let that sink in for a second. When you're in that space, the isolation is profound. Your own self-confidence literally just evaporates. And what makes it even tougher is that we so often put up this external facade, right? We pretend everything is totally fine on the outside to the rest of the world, which honestly just deepens that internal disconnect and makes the climb out that much harder. The document then continues with a harsh but very real observation. There is no one you can lean on, no one you can trust. And man, when you're trapped in that rabbit hole, that is exactly how it feels. It's just sheer exhaustion. You watch life seemingly come to a complete halt for you, while time just keeps marching on, totally leaving you behind. You feel completely and utterly alone in the void.
But right at that moment of total depletion, there's a necessary shift. I want to speak directly to you for a second here. The text says that at this precise juncture, you absolutely must tell yourself, I need to heal myself. This is it. This is the ultimate turning point. It's that massive realization that while other people might, offer a hand, the fundamental decision and the truly hard work of healing, that has to come from within. It is an active, deeply empowering choice to take the reins back.
So, the million-dollar question is how we actually execute that choice. Well, the text outlines a crystal-clear two-part action plan. Step 1 is do away with. In order to create space, you literally have to remove the toxic or draining elements in your life, even if changing that reality seems totally impossible at first. But step 2 is equally, if not more, crucial. Bring into your life. The text gives a really urgent instruction right here. When you create that space, you must fill it quickly. Don't wait around too long in the void or the darkness might just rush right back in to fill it up. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how this exchange system works. Let's look at a highly specific example provided by the author. Notice that toxic tangle of caustic relationships. The people who just completely drain your energy. When you do away with them, you're left with a gap. But now, look at the positive replacement, a pet. You trade a super complex, draining emotional dynamic for unconditional love and simple companionship. It's a literal, tangible exchange of energy to protect your peace. This actually builds into a really comprehensive framework. Think of it as a whole series of direct antidotes. Need to do away with loneliness? Bring in physical activity in nature, like hikes or some outdoor exercise. Suffering from a lack of purpose? Provide relief to others by volunteering. The framework covers the whole shebang. From trading the heavy weight of other people's expectations for some real clarity on what you actually want, to replacing constant emotional stress with creativity, stuff like music, writing a book, or cooking. If your current environment keeps triggering bad memories, seek out a new location and fresh beginnings. Or, if overthinking and self-blame are plaguing you, fill that new space with meditation. The text really emphasizes that there are so many approaches, and the key is just to find the specific ones that work best for your unique situation.
Now, I want to take a breath here and bring the energy down just a bit, because the text offers this really beautiful, incredibly comforting caveat. What if you look at all these options and you are just way too fatigued? What if you simply cannot make these changes right now? Well, the text says that if you're completely depleted, you can just trust the process that nature has already designed for you. Just accept whatever the universe has for you with gratitude. It reassures us with this absolute ironclad guarantee you will definitely heal. Even in complete surrender, healing is still happening. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. What is the very first thing you need to do away with to create space for your healing today? Really think about that table of exchanges. Think about your own day-to-day life. Healing doesn't have to be this giant mountain you climb all at once. It can literally just be one small exchange. One draining habit traded for one moment of peace. Take that question with you, apply it, and I will see you next time.